I was gonna start this video by saying who else up freaking their nature, and I said it and then hated it so much. So there's your intro.
This video was formed in front of a live ostrich.
Heart Attack Man released an album. I'm not even really like a huge fan of Heart Attack Man. I listened to this album because some of my friends like Heart Attack Man and I want to consume the things that make them happy because I love my friends. And I decided to review this album for YouTube. Disclaimer time, I'm no music journalist. I'm not an expert. Take my words with a grain of salt. Also, like, don't use my opinions to sway your opinion on this album. Listen to it if you want or don't. Practice in the mirror. Is this the first album, or did I do this with Weathers? Hold on. Never mind, I did this with Weathers too. I thought this was the first album where I was prepared to make this video before the album came out. So I took notes on what I was assuming the songs were going to be like, or just making guesses. For Practiced in the Mirror, I thought it was going to just kind of be like a short intro, because the next two songs are Freak of Nature and Like a Kennedy, and those were both singles. So in my opinion, I feel like when an artist drops two songs in a row off their album that are singles, and they're the second and third songs on the album, that the first song is gonna be like an intro. And I feel like it's kind of an intro. It's the length of a regular song, but it doesn't give me the same vibes that the rest of the album gives. It sounds a little bit like Blink-182. I'm not saying that as a compliment or an insult, I'm just observing. There's a fly in here. God damn it. I have a funny story about that, but that's for a different song. The meaning of this song is very different depending on what Eric's point of view is, because I don't know what the song's about. I went into this album with very little knowledge of what any of the songs are about, except for Nine on Your Bedside. So I don't know who Eric is supposed to be talking to in this song. At first listen, I thought it was the listener. But then I'm like, is he talking to himself? Is he talking to a specific person? And I couldn't figure that out, but I feel like, I don't know. Like I said, I have very little knowledge of this album, which I feel like maybe for the next video I do, I should do research before going into it. I don't know. I thought this would be better if I just went in completely blind, but I am second guessing that. I also like, I think towards the end there are barking sounds. And I just think that's great that like it ties in with the lyric in Freak of Nature and the album cover. I feel like the theme, it like all kind of makes sense. It ties together. And I didn't even talk about the album cover. I always forget to do that in these videos. I always forget to talk about the album art, which I feel like is kind of very important. It is one of your first impressions of an album. I love the detail. I love the minimal color scheme. I love the grunge texture in the background. I don't know if you guys can see, but I tried to do my makeup a little bit to match it. I didn't go orange, I did pink to match the shirt. And then I have the choker, like the dog choker. I tried to match it. Anyway, sorry. Back to the album itself. I wrote down that Freak of Nature was my least favorite of the singles, but that was after one listen. Here's how my notes actually went. My least favorite of the singles. Never mind. I was like thinking back and forth whether this is my least favorite single or not. It is my favorite single actually, which is ironic. I want to cover this song and I want to have someone else do the speaking part. Eric, please, you gotta relax. Please delete that. You can't be so fucking cynical. Why not get these parasites incredible? I want to have like a friend or someone else do that. Ken's? Eric? I'm kidding. But can you imagine? This song makes me want to like punch something. When I was listening to this album front to back for the first time, it was Friday night after work. I was in the dark because I think it's very important that when you listen to an album for the first time, you listen in the dark with your headphones on full blast or as loud as you can comfortably make them. And a fly flew at my phone and I got startled, I got jump scared, and I had to like pause. And it was in the middle of this song. I had to like pause for a second and collect myself before I got back to the rest of the album. I didn't notice this when I was listening to the singles, but the transition from the title track to Like a Kennedy is so smooth. I wrote down this is my favorite single. I think it's my second favorite single. I think the title track is not better. Like, because I hate using those objective words. I like it more. Eric teased this song on TikTok, and I made a TikTok to it, and I was so proud of that TikTok. The second Eric tweeted about this song before it was released, I like connected the dots and I was like, oh shit, I actually like this song. I feel like the verses are a little short, which is weird because if you look at the length of the song, it's a normal song length. But I got halfway through the song and there were already 2 verses and 2 choruses and I'm like, where else can they go with this? I didn't realize how sad this song was until like actually listening to it, because there's listening and then there's listening. Like the whole first verse, congratulations, you got what you wanted, they crossed my name off the hit list, mission accomplished. Ow, that is like a stab in the heart, God. And it's over, I've been defeated and the bad guys always win. Ouch, that's painful. I think Eric tweeted about what that song was about, but I don't remember. I think after the bridge, take me out like a, that was a terrible gunshot impersonation. The gunshot, it's iconic. Hit the slay button. And also, it's a real gunshot. Like, it wasn't like Eric looked up gunshot sound effect on YouTube and YouTube to MP3'd it. Like, he recorded the gunshot himself, and I think that's so cool. The only other thing I have to say about this song is there is a secret version of it, and it makes me angry. Something I want to add, this song is so hard to sing. I didn't realize how hard it was to sing until I saw a video on TikTok of Eric singing it, and then I sang it in the shower. And that high note in the chorus, top down and scattered on Elm Street, hard. That's so hard. Way to the orgy. I had a feeling that I wasn't gonna like this song, but I do. I think I don't like the word orgy. The title kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't think it's a bad song. I don't hate it. That sounded bad. I like it. I feel like I'm just digging myself into a deeper hole. Next note. The music's gonna stop and I don't have a chair. Top 10 lyrics of all time. I feel like this is definitely not how I imagined this song sounding. It is a very sad song, especially one that's called Late to the Orgy. The only other thing I have to say about this song is that I don't want to say it was a question about the lyric, but like, I don't know if this makes sense. The lyric, am I by myself or is everyone else asking the same goddamn questions? Am I by myself or is everyone else asking the same goddamn question? The way Eric sings it, it could be, am I by myself or is everyone else? Question mark. I feel like what it actually is am I by myself or is everyone else asking the same goddamn questions? But I felt like that was not to compare Heart Attack Man to Taylor Swift because they are vastly different genre-wise. But in Maroon, when Taylor says it's a real fucking legacy to leave, you know, so it's like, I feel like punctuation points. What I'm trying to say here is that line could mean 2 different things, and I think that's neat. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but I think that's neat. Hold on, do I have enough room? Can you see my feet? You can't see my feet! That sounds weird. I'm wearing socks. No free feet pics. This song is a jam. I feel like the dancing man emoji when I listen to it. But the lyrics, like, not in a bad way, in my opinion, just like, I was singing it in the shower this morning and I was worried that my parents are gonna be like, what is this kid listening to? This was the song that made me want to make this video. I think I listened to Freak of Nature once, but I listened to this song when it was released because of my friend Ken's. I'm like, this is a jam. I'm gonna make a video talking about this album. And here we are. I wrote down the beep noises, serotonin. And I think what I mean is like the I am a sucker for beep noises in songs. When this song came out, I was still in school. I'm on summer break right now, and I didn't have my new microphone. So I wrote, kind of want to cover this one too, but I think I'd rather say fuck 51 times in the studio again than have someone hear I've got a gun inside my sweatshirt. I can cover this one now if I wanted to, because I have my microphone and I'm at home. The only people who will hear I've got a gun inside my sweatshirt are maybe my parents. I wrote down SpongeBob meme. Put the money in a bag. Put it in! They're selling merch with the SpongeBob meme on it. Are you kidding me? I have no proof that I wrote that down before the shirt came out, but it's like we're on the same wavelength. I mean, it's a phrase. Put the money in the bag. Put it in! I don't have a lot of notes for this song. I might say this is one of my least favorites on the album, but this is also the only song where I tried to actually take the meaning out of it. I'm more of a melodies person. I'm more of a how is this gonna sound if I sing it person rather than a what does this song mean, which is not good. I definitely feel like I should focus on it all, but I don't know, that's where my mind gravitates. But for this song, I just like, it hit me. Again, I listened to this album with very little context, so this is just how I'm interpreting the song. Like, the world is so fucked up and we don't really have any sort of explanation for it. It's like calling up to heaven like, hey, why is the world like this? Why is everything happening? And them being like, sorry, God called off. It's just like it like furthers the lack of explanation why everything's going on. I just felt a connection to this song. That's all I have for notes on this one. C4 is my favorite song that wasn't one of the singles. I think my favorite song off the album is the title track, but C4, again, like, I break the room with explosives, it like makes me want to punch something. I noticed with this album a reoccurring theme of violence and what else did I write? Weapons. And I feel like it like makes sense, if that makes any sense. Also, The Fly came back that I mentioned earlier, so I also stopped here to kill it. I also feel like this kind of is a shift in the song mood. That was the word I was looking for. The mood of the songs. Because I feel like most of the earlier songs on the album were sad and the later songs on the album are more angry. I was kind of scared of this song because of the way an article described it. This is how I found out what the song was about because Eric tweeted about it. So like, I was worried that the lyrics were gonna be like super graphic or something. It's not even that bad. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, the song's in the point of view of someone else. Let me find that tweet actually, because I don't want to spread misinformation on the internet. This song was inspired by when I was being harassed, having my life threatened, and sleeping with my gun on my bedside. So I think the song is in the point of view of the person doing those things to Eric. I don't know, I'm saying, like, it's, the lyrics aren't bad. I think this is up there with one of my favorites on the album. For Clown School, I wrote that it was going to be, quote unquote, a diss track. That's not what I meant at all. I just meant like an angrier song about a specific person, and for some reason the only words my mind could think of was diss track. I don't know what this song is about. Whoop, big surprise. Tiffany's a dumbass. I thought it was about a person. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you for graduating clown school. See, in my opinion, like, that sounds like saying to someone you're a clown, but the rest of the lyrics, like, life's a joke and death's the punchline, you gotta laugh at it sometimes. Like, I don't know, I have no clue what this song is about and I don't understand it, but I really like this song, like the reverb in the chorus. Chef's kiss. And also I think the clown nose honk at the end. Iconic. See you on the other side. I think I just got tired for this song. 10 o'clock at night after work, and I had work again the next day, and I had another album to listen to. I only wrote 2 notes and 3 of them are predictions. 2 notes, 3 of them are predictions. Tiffany's a dumbass. It's giving see you in the future. Okay, Austin. I thought this one would either just be like an outro or would make people cry. I feel like lyrically this song is an outlier compared to the rest on the album. Like, I feel like it's sad, but like a different kind of sad compared to the early songs on the album. Overall, I thought that this album was gonna be good, in my opinion, but not something I would actively seek out to listen to. And I feel like that's not completely the truth, because it's a good album. It's what I've been listening to for like the past few days. So I wrote down that I gave it an 8 out of 10, but I'll bump it up to a 9 out of 10. I think it's a really good album. There are definitely like other artists where if they released music at the same time, I probably would have overshadowed this album, but I think it's really good, and Heart Attack Man definitely gained a fan. Eric tweeted something about it not being 3 songs and a bunch of bullshit, and he's right. There is no bullshit on this album. So that was my review, if you want to call it that, of Freak of Nature by Heart Attack Man. If you liked this video, like it, comment down below your thoughts, your reaction to my thoughts, your thoughts on the album. Comment something down below. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, share with your friends, all that crazy, wacky, weird, amazing, fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I never know how to end these things.